Hey, what's up everyone, Saint Sam Gaming here. Welcome back for another Division 2 build video. Well guys, in today's build, I actually was trying to figure out like how to make this thing work because I was using these builds for quite a long time, but I do end up dying a lot of times, especially when I play solo and also in a group. But I was thinking, what should I do to have like good damage and also I don't really die, so I have like enough like armor or something to help myself, because the damage on this build is absolutely insane, and it's just about the survivability a little bit, where I just wanted to survive because the talent I'm using on my chest piece is, well, it's my favorite talent, but I'm pretty sure not most of you guys are gonna like it. But the damage is insane. Now I could have gone for all red, but I'm not really going for all red, because if I go for all red, oh yeah, I'm gonna die so many times. But this is, I would say, is a perfect like sweet spot. I've hit it, and it's actually working really nice. I'm not really going down. I am going down a little bit here and there, but it's not that too much, and I do have quite a bit of survivability. I mean, it's not gonna say like survivability, I have just a little bit armor, but the damage is insane. And I'm using a pestilence, the good old pestilence, the pestilence, you know, the Plague of the Outcast talent. It's actually ticking for over 1 million. Yes, 1 million per tick, and also I'm critting close to 550k, so that's really good, and keeping a bit of high armor just to survive. So it's working pretty nice. And to use a very slow RPM weapon, which is of course pestilence, in this update, where people kind of run in like shotguns and go on the face and stuff like that, is actually doing so much damage and getting the most kills out of those missions, especially like Black Tusk missions where, you know, you have warhounds and stuff. I mean, if you use the all red build with this setup, you're probably gonna die. Like one shot from a purple dog, you're gonna die. So yeah, so let me show you the build over here. As you can see, this is my build, and it may look a little familiar because all the pieces I'm using, it's a good old like crit build type of situation, but there are some changes that have been done just to keep myself alive a little bit more than usual. Because if you go all red, yes, your damage will be insane, but then what's the point of having insane damage if you can't put on that damage while being alive at the same time? So that's why I feel like this is actually a perfect way to use this build. I will tell you the couple of changes you can do in the build. So yeah, I'm using the gunner specialization mainly because of the 10% armor on kill, which is going to save me. It's actually working way more than a normal armor on kill would be. Like if I use an SMG build with a gunner specialization, that's just 10% armor on kill. It's not going to give me that, I mean, that much armor. But using a pestilence while having a little bit of armor on kill, it's fun, because whenever I get that Plague of the Outcast and it just transfer the Plague of the Outcast to multiple enemies, it's actually giving me armor on kill pretty fast, which is awesome. Now that's why I'm going for the Plague of the Outcast talent on the pestilence. I mean, I'm not going for it. Pestilence comes with the Plague of the Outcast talent. I mean, what am I saying? So you get crazy amount of damage, you know, with this talent. So I mean, pretty sure you guys know by now. We also get damage to armor and damage to target out of cover, since it's an you know, LMG. We have pretty good damage on this. A secondary, I'm going for a Baker Dozen. Sometimes when the NPCs are too far away, I just spam this. I love spamming with this. There's a lot of nice damage coming out with the Baker Dozen as well. It's not that super crazy like a rifle build would be. A rifle build with like all red rifle build would hit 4.5 million to 5 million on a headshot, but this one's actually hitting for like 2.5 to 2.8 kind of million on the head, which is not that crazy damage because we're mainly focusing on the pestilence. So this is the primary. I barely use the Baker Dozen, to be honest, just go for the pestilence all the time. Now I'm using 2 pieces of Providence because of getting 10% crit chance, also getting 10% crit chance from a Sheshka. So that's what I'm using. Since it's a pestilence and it's an LMG, I'm using a contractor gloves and also group for that extra critical hit damage. So let me show you the Providence here. As you can see, 2-piece Providence, got weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and critical hit damage. I also rolled the weapon damage to like armor to have even more armor to see how would I perform, and the damage was still awesome. It wasn't really 1 million though. I kind of want to hit that 1 million mark on the pestilent tick, so I just want to keep 1 million per tick also while having so much armor. And you know, critting for 550k at the same time. So that's a fairly decent balance in terms of damage and armor, I would say. So I just want to keep that. But if you want, you can add additional like armor. You will still take for like 950k or something like that. That's still a lot of damage. So you will have a little bit of more like survivability, like, you know, more armor. Now the second one is the perfect glass cannon, the sacrifice chest piece. I rolled armor here, and this one we all know, crazy multiplicative damage, and also you're gonna take multiplicative damage. So yeah, that's bad. I know, I understand this is bad. Now if you're not really familiar using this, I mean, honestly, I've been using glass cannon as, I mean, when it actually came out in the game, I've been using glass cannon since then, and I have a habit of using this talent. Like I'm adapted to this talent, and I don't really feel much a difference between, you know, glass cannon and not using a glass cannon. For example, an obliterate talent on a chest piece or something. I don't really feel. I feel like I'm taking the exact same amount of damage. I mean, it's just me. I know I'm crazy, but that's what happens when you play it too many times with the glass cannon, to be honest. So I'm just sticking with it because it's gonna do the most damage. If you want, you can use a Providence chess piece with like obliterate talent, or if you're on console or something, you're having trouble handling the LMG, you can use like another Petrov with glass cannon, or again obliterate. It's totally up to you. I also have the obliterate chess piece here, as you can see, the LMG, so you can use that. And yeah, that's the two piece, but you're gonna lose 10% crit chance though. So now for the Grupo, I have the armor here as well. I have crit damage, crit chance, and of course the 15% crit damage which Grupo is going to give me. For the gloves, I have contractor gloves because of that 8% damage to armor, and also it's an LMG piece, so give me that 10% LMG damage. For the backpack, I have a Sheshka here, 10% crit chance. Now I'm using armor on kill here. I'll tell you why is that. So I got that composure talent because most of the time I'm basically in cover. The way I play with this build is I stay in cover. I just kind of hunker down on the cover and I just fire my LMG, and that's it. Even though I'm using perfect glass cannon, the good thing about this build is my primary weapon is an LMG. So when I use the LMG, you know, NPC do get suppressed by LMG way more than any other weapon. So LMG is actually helping me a lot in this situation, just to suppress them if they're trying to kill me. And I don't have any other armor on kill mod, but otherwise I would have put in here. But the armor on kill is super good when you combine it with the like more armor you have, more armor on kill you will get basically, and also the gunner specialization. Now for the knee pads, I went for the Sawyer's knee pads because stand your ground, you get additional like 30% weapon damage. It stacks up, and the good thing about this is even if you move, you don't lose that damage for 10 seconds. So if you stay on 10 seconds in a cover, you build up that damage over time, and if you move, it's okay, but you'll still have that damage for 10 seconds, like that 30% damage for 10 seconds. So that's actually pretty sweet. Plus it has armor damage on it, so it's really nice. So I'm kind of using it. That's one of the reason. And also you're not gonna get staggered by explosion, so that's really sweet. So any explosion coming at you will not gonna get you out of cover, or you know, the warhounds that dropping explosion on you, you're not gonna get staggered by it. So you can just keep firing your weapon. That's actually one of the good thing about this knee pad. You can use, let's say, what is it called, the other exotic, you know, the ninja. You can use the ninja to vault over cover to reload your LMG, but I feel like that I am reloading. I mean, it's not that fast. It's like 5 seconds of reload, but I have done so much damage by that time that it's just taking them, and the NPCs just like running around going crazy. They don't know what to do, how to mitigate the Plague of the Outcast. They just don't know. They just run around. It's hilarious. So that's why I use that. Now, if I show you my crit here, as you can see, I have 142.3% crit damage, 52.6% crit chance. Although the Pestilence itself doesn't have any crit chance mods or crit damage mod, still managed to get like 52% crit chance, which is pretty good. Do have 14% armor damage, so that's a lot of damage coming up, multiplicative. And also your perfect glass cannon is multiplicative damage. You have composure there, so that's just overall a crazy amount of damage going on with this build. So yeah, now if I show you my armor kind of here, like you can see I have almost like, can I call it 150 armor and kill? But yeah, I mean, still quite a lot. Once you get a kill, you transfer the Plague of the Outcast damage to the other NPCs, and then you just keep on getting like the armor and kill just like that without even firing your weapon. You can just stay in cover, and one by one they die by the Plague of the Outcast, and you just gain armor basically on kill. So yeah, that's pretty much it, the build. Now let me show you the damage here in the shooting range real quick, just to show you guys. Like right now, as you can see, I moved, but my sword nipa is still active. It's going off now. After 10 seconds, it's gone. It's gonna build up again. I'm just gonna shoot, like fire my weapon and build up the damage real quick. So as you can see, the Plague of the Outcast is doing really nice damage right now. Look at that 1 million tick. That's going on 1 million tick now. Look at that 1 million tick. There you go, 1 million. Look at that. That's 1 million. When they have armor, it's going to be 1 million. When they don't have armor, it's going to be like 900 and something K. So yeah. And also when I'm shooting, like firing my weapon, I'm actually critting for 527,000 on the body as a crit. You can see that 527,000 on the body is a crit. So that's pretty sweet. Overall, it's a really nice damage build. I am using a healing drone though, because of the glass cannon. So that's actually one of the reason I'm using a healing drone. You can also use a healer hive if you want, but I feel like the reviver is fine. You can play solo. I mean, honestly, when you're playing solo, the NPCs are just too low in terms of health, and the Plague of the Outcast is just gonna melt them, seriously. And if you're playing like control points, just try to stay in cover and like call for their help for the NPCs and let them fight each other. You just do the Plague of the Outcast damage on them basically. And when you're playing heroic mission solo, the NPCs are mostly red and purple, so they're not gonna make a lot of like damage on you, even though you're running glass cannon. And when you're in a group, you have 3 other guys who's gonna tank the shots. I mean, kind of, but yeah, I mean, if you do a lot of damage, the NPC is gonna eventually end up shooting you. But still, the glass cannon is nice, but you can use the obliterate talent as an alternate if you feel like glass cannon is not your thing, but I'm just gonna stick with glass cannon because, like I said, I'm pretty good with it. So yeah, that's basically the build, and try it out. Let me know how you feel about it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.